Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to do a small post before I might just fall back into. I'm okay right now. I've calmed my breathing down quite a bit. I've learned to breathe shallow so it don't hurt. But other than neck, my left neck, shoulder, and lightning pain down my arm, and that's the only thing I'm dealing with outside everything else I'm dealing with. But I wanted to do a shout out to Jean Alice for talking to me, supporting. We supported each other last night until almost 12 o'clock. Mike Fives and Bill Thompson and Lyman Larney, I think it is. She's one of my new subscribers. And I think her name's Wildflower. I can't remember her last name. Thank you for the registered nurse input to help. No, you're not bossy. I appreciate it. I really do. But I've been doing something new recently with other lymies. I'm going to put it like that. Where I'm suggesting we email or privately message each other. And this is for people who has close relatives or family or friends around or not. Like I'm in Tennessee and some of my friends I'm talking about Connecticut, way down south, Pennsylvania, Washington, even though you may not have, so if you need someone to talk to that you can't talk to where you're at or near you, to be able to talk or call them for a little support, because we all have our bad days. And I've been transferring or giving my phone number out and my address, as well as they've been giving their phone number and their address to me. So, I mean, and sometimes, you know, I have a friend who is dealing with Lyme, but also she's got someone in her son is also dealing with Lyme. So, I mean, sometimes you don't have any support, and even though you're thousands of miles away, you can call that person up or text that person and give them some comfort and some support. And I mean, I recommend that. I really do, because even though you may live in a house with people who say they support you, they really don't want to hear all about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much for them to handle when we can hardly handle it ourselves. Sometimes we need to reach out and talk or message other lymies. So, I mean, that's something to consider for all my support group and Google Plus and Twitter and all my support groups. And that we start, you know, privately giving our phone number and our address. And why I say our address is this. When my friend Mike Fives had a seizure when we were talking at night, and we accidentally got disconnected or something, I can't really remember. And I didn't have his phone number and I didn't have his address, but immediately I saw him fall back. So I knew something happened, and it took a couple days to find out what had happened. Now, he was home alone and his son was in bed. Now, if I'd have known his address or his phone number at the time, I could have called 911 for his county and his state and gave him his address so they could have came out and helped him, and vice versa with me. If he'd have had my address when I was having a seizure a week or so ago, he could have done the same for me. So, I mean, that's something we all need to take in consideration, being lymies, and really our Lyme makes us family. Outside of just friends, we're no longer friends. We actually are family because of our blood. I hate to say that, but now our blood makes us family. But that's something to consider. So, I mean, I'm suggesting if anybody wants to know my phone number and wants to do a transfer back and forth of phone numbers and addresses in case of emergencies, and I mean, it could be a simple help or make a phone call, you know, somebody saying that, and then we have your information to help and get help there for you. So, I have a lot of people that has requested to start sharing all my videos, and I have okayed all of it. I don't mind. I share everybody else's post. Also, I have a friend, and I'm not going to mention her name at the moment, but she's got a lot of experience with Lyme versus a lot of us. She's had it a long time. I mean, since it actually was found out. And I'm trying to get her into posting and started vlogging again, because she hasn't in many, many, many moons. So she could give us her input and her experiences of what she's been through and now what her son's going through. So she could help some of us that are just new beginners to this disease that, like for me, 3 years ago, when I finally got diagnosed, I didn't know what was wrong. And when they said you have Lyme and Rocky Mountain spotted fever, I didn't know about co-infections yet. I really had never heard of Lyme disease. I had heard of Rocky Mountain spotted fever, but I had never heard of Lyme. So I was a newbie. I was a beginner. I didn't know what to do, where to go, where to turn. And that's what started me on the vlogging journal. But a lot of us don't know where to turn, and that's what we need to remember, everybody. We're not here to get how many subscriptions or subscribers we can get or how famous we can get, you know, by singing, and because we've got a lot of people that have become famous through YouTube, and that's fine. But there needs to be more YouTubers that become famous for advocating, shouting the word out. I mean, and I can name quite a few groups that are being recognized, and I love it. But we need to be heard. Our voice needs to be heard. And outside of that, I'm not here to get subscribers or fans or any of that. I am here to advocate my disease and the disease that so many of us are battling. So if any of my information can help someone else who is just beginning, or your information can help someone, that's what we're here for, isn't it? I mean, because we hardly have many doctors that could treat us now without losing their license or being fired for treating it under the table. So we need other people like Lyme, people who can help beginners. We're our own doctors in one way without the PhDs and all this, or MDs and RNs and all that. And if you look, you find, and I have recently found a lot of subscribers to my channel who are nurses, registered nurses, and holistic naturopath doctors and nurses and physicians that are subscribing to my channel and giving me advice, which I love. And by them giving this advice helps me battle my disease, which in turn, I will turn around and vlog the information. When I remember it, write it down so I know, so others can be helped by the information that was given to me. Because I may be doing something wrong, and they give me a holistic doctor or a idiopathic doctor or a naturopath, or, you know, could give me information that say, hey, you're doing that wrong. You don't need to be doing this, this, and this at the same time. You need to separate them, or do it every other day and not every day. So, and that information I can return out on my blog for others who may be doing the same mistake. So you find out in your vlogging journal, since we can't get doctors to treat us because CDC is idiots, and we find registered nurses and doctors and holistic doctors and naturopath doctors that are really watching us and subscribe and give us what they do to help treat us. So it's like free medical advice without having to pay for it, because a lot of our insurance don't pay for this crap. So I in turn, I like that. I do. and all the registered nurse, Wildflower, and I know a lot of other ones. I just can't get them out today off of my brain. Keep doing what you're doing. Please keep giving me advice or others advice that's going through this diseases, so I can in turn give back by giving your advice to others, if that makes any sense. But other than my health, my brain is scrambled eggs today. I'm being honest. And I got to slow down because I'm not breathing proper. My bones hurt. It's raining. I'm not going to talk about the weather. Promise, Mike. That's your job today. But, I mean, I'm trying to get my friend to get out here and start vlogging again because, I mean, she's been through it since the country finally put a name to it. So, she's got a lot of advice and a lot of good information she could give us. And, again, she knows who I'm talking about, Miss Alice. You're not here to worry about subscribers or who's going to like it and who's not going to watch it. This is a journal for yourself, for others to look back on and learn from. So therefore, by you vlogging your information and your experience, you become the teacher. You become a teacher, teaching others who are just starting this battle. Because we're going to be battling this for many years to come, probably way past our own lives. This is going to be a closet disease. So by giving your experience and your history and your life journey through this can help others. So remember that. I mean, like I told you that I told Mike Fives, it's no contest. It's a journal, our journal, my daily journal, or every other day journal right now it has been. So remember, this is not to gain fame. This is to help others. This is also to advocate for our diseases. That's plural there. Diseases, because I have multiple, as many of us do. So this journal will help you if you do it. And please, all the registered nurses, Wildflower, and all the other holistic and naturopath doctors that have been vlogging back to me, please don't stop. Please. Because your information is giving me so much. Also, I want to thank, I'm going to forget her name again, Mike. I want to thank your wife. That's how I'm going to have to put this, because you know me, I can't keep, I remembered it like 20 minutes later this morning. I want to thank you for talking to your wife, because she's a nurse too. So I want to thank you for giving me the information she gave you about how they messed up yesterday, because the CDC doctor I'm seeing keeps forgetting the medicines I'm taking and all my herbal medicines I'm taking, plus all the history of my illnesses. And that's my heart and my lungs and my kidneys and my uterus and my ovaries and my brain and she forgets all this. So when she prescribed all that medicine and all those shots yesterday, and I literally called Mike because it scared me. Like I said, I thought I was going to die here in this house alone. And that was scary. And I'm not going to deny it won't happen again, because it happened 4 to 5 hours after all the medicines were taken. And I finally finished taking all the medicines an hour ago. So I'm going to give it 5 hours and see what happens. And I promised everybody I'd call 911 and I'd go to the hospital if it happens again. But outside, and that's what I mean about giving our numbers and our addresses, because my friends, and you are my friends, and you're my family as well as I'm yours. You know, this is a true heart that's talking. When I speak about what my daily BS sometimes to others is not really, I don't care if you watch it. It's to get it off my chest, to be honest. And that's what you need to think about. Like writing a journal, which I can't write no more because I write backwards and I can't remember how to spell and my hands just go. So vlogging is easier for me. Oh, this cold's got my back. Okay. Whoever's got my, what do you call them dolls? Something dolls that you stick pins and stuff in. My voodoo doll. Can you massage my back instead of stabbing it? I'd appreciate it. Bloody hell. That hurt. But remember, you're not here for a contest of who can get the most subscribers and become famous and all that. I don't care if I get anything sent to me or become famous. Remember, you're here to vlog your journal. And by vlogging your journal, being a Lyme disease, having Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever as well, and all the multiple mycoplasma, pneumonia, and all these other co-infections that are diseases too, your journal, your journey, vlogged, recorded, and posted on here helps others who have no idea what to do, who have no income, no doctor that believes them, no way to turn. And by your simple little suggestions could help them somewhere at a starting point. Like my favorite Dollar Tree, of my olds and my people who can't afford and has no jobs and battling this and has bills coming out their yin yang. You know, you can get your herbs there for $1 a bottle. Your oils or your Epsom salts and your incense. So that's why I do that. You know, also, Miss Alice, when I get better, yes, I promise I'll do more Stevie Nicks. And any suggestions? I know you've already said more Stevie Nicks. So I will do that on my Lyming Around channel when I get fully over this. Which, the way I've read with Lyme disease and have walking pneumonia, I'm hoping it will regress to bronchitis, and bronchitis back to laryngitis, laryngitis back to just Lyme disease. And I know we can have it up to a week to 2 weeks to months before we are officially clean slated from this. Or, I mean, not a full recovery, because I'm like you, I think it's mycoplasma pneumonia too. And I mean, not just being sick now, but watching the symptoms and everything, I'm pretty sure I have it. But having a CDC doctor now, my doctor's gone, they won't test me for any co-infections now. And I can't afford to send off and get them tested. So, but I promise I'll post some more songs when I get better. But other than that, guys, God bless you all. Thank you, Jean Alice. Thank you, Mike Fives, for 5 o'clock this morning. Thank you, Jean, for talking to me last night. Thank you for talking to me and checking on me this morning. God bless you. Really, really, sis. God bless you. God bless you, Mike, and your family. I know her name. Doreen. Ow! I got it. Doreen, right? If it is, I'm sorry if it's not. But also, Bill Thompson, thank you for the multi prayers you've been sending me. And I know you're still having Lyme hangovers. Brother, I understand. But other than that, guys, look for the silver lining, because if you don't, no one else will. Remember, spread the word about your experience and your journey, and so all of us can learn from your nurses and doctors and holistic doctors. Please don't stop posting to me. By helping me, you're helping others. God bless, guys. Talk to you tonight.